Hi everyone, welcome back to our Ivy and the Inky Butterfly page, mini-series page. We have got this really pretty looking flower to do today, so I'm rather looking forward to this. Nice to do a floral after all these sort of practical objects that we've been doing, so it should be rather fun. I'm just having a little look at my Polychromos pencils, which I'm going to be using to have a little think about what we're going to do. I thought it might be fun to sort of mix a few colours up. I think we'll do quite a dark centre of the petals and work from there. Maybe not massively dark. I rather like this colour, so I'm just going to use it. It's the Manganese Violet. I think it's really pretty, sort of pinky purple. So start there and see where it leads us. So I want it to be darker nearer the centre of the flower here. So I'm going to put down quite a few layers just along the edge, and then less as we go out towards the centre of the petal. Just going to leave it there. We're not going to excuse me, I've got a cup of coffee next to me. I really should have drunk before I pressed record, but never mind, it'll be cold by the time I finish. But still, I think mothers get used to having cold coffee. We have to have it a lot. Not so much now my children are older, but as babies never tended to have time to have a warm drink. But there we go. I used to drink a lot of green tea, and it was worked quite nicely cold. Tepid, room temperature, hot, it works. I find it works at all temperatures, so it's quite useful. Okay, so there's our sort of purpley centre, and what I thought we would do is do a sort of pinky end and then mix them together with something. I thought it'd be fun. I think I'm going to use this fuchsia. Sorry about my throat. It's nothing nasty. It's just too much talking, I think. This is the fuchsia, which I always have trouble spelling, but never mind. I'm sure they. Oh yeah, I was going to say I'm sure they spell it differently, but they don't. Just my imagination. So I'm going to go with the fuchsia here and fade it down towards the violet, but not all the way down, because I'm going to put a sort of transitional colour in to mix them together, just to show you a little something a bit different, really. I've not tried this before. With these, I've tried it before, not with these particular colours or pencils, but you know. So what I'm trying to do is get it a bit darker here. I'm not sure what colour I'm going to do that yet, so we'll leave that for a minute. I find the undersides of petals and things are always a little bit difficult to colour. It's not something that I tend to observe when I'm out and about, so I'm never quite sure what they look like, really. Okay, this is not going to seamlessly blend to start with. We are going to have to add a few layers, but I think that's okay. Got a bit more, we can do a bit of a longer video today. Yesterday's was really short, so you get a bit more value for money today. Not that you're paying. I think it's really lovely that YouTube can let you watch all this content for free. It's nice, and I get a little bit of compensation through like Magenta, through advertising. I'm going to just mix them together. I'm going to overlap both like this, okay, and just see what happens. In fact, I'm going to go over the whole thing with this. I'm not going to press really hard though, because I might want to do more layers. So I think it's blending quite nicely. It's mixing them up quite nicely. Yes, I get a little bit from the adverts, and I think a few of you know quite. If you look in my description, I put links to items that I've used in the video. Most of them are affiliate links, so I can get a little bit through that as well if you click a link and buy something. So that's always rather nice. So yeah, I feel very grateful for just the nice comments and likes and things that I get. They're precious, so that keeps me going, really. I don't need the money, but it's nice. would be nice. Wouldn't it be lovely if we could get paid for colouring and give up our job? But I haven't actually had a lot of work in lately, which is nice. But on the other hand, I've just got an inquiry about quite a big job, which will keep me going probably for the rest of the month actually. And it's rather nice to know that I've got a chunk of money that will come in. I'm going back to Manganese Violet, and I can contribute a little bit more to the household. My boys are getting older. They are thinking about what they want to do in the future. University. My one son wants to be a helicopter pilot. That costs so much money. The other one is thinking about university and things like that, and it'd be nice to be able to help them out a little bit. They're good boys. They understand the value of money. They know the effort it takes to earn, but it'd be nice for them to be able to do the courses they want so they can do the job they want. But my one son has calculated that if he just uses his own money and works as an accountant in order to save up to be a helicopter pilot, it'll take him at least 10 years. This is the Fuchsia again, which is a long time, and I think, crikey, if he waits 10 years to start his training, well, he can do a year course, so but by then he might have a family, he might have a mortgage, things like that. He might just not be able to afford it, so it would be nice to help him, but I'm trying. Yeah. But my husband says, you know, we have to make sure that we don't just give him the opportunity without allowing him to do some work first for it, because then he might not be grateful for it, he might not work hard at it. But I don't think that's going to be the case, because at the moment they're in education, they're at college, it's free, their schooling has been free, as it is in the UK, which is nice, and they haven't squandered it away, that free opportunity. This is light magenta. They've done really well in their exams, they've worked really hard, so I think that they would appreciate it and they would work hard. But I can see his point in some ways. So it's a tricky situation. But I think it's really nice that he actually knows what he wants to do, because at his age I had no idea. At my age I've still got no idea. Well, I know I'd like to be doing this, but he's sort of really keen. He's had a go as well at flying a helicopter. I decided that we would need to pay for a lesson for him to have a lesson, because you can when you're any age really, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, he was obviously with a qualified person, and I said, you need a flight, you need to go up and see if you really like it, because obviously, you know, you save up all this money, have a lesson and think, oh no. So we paid for him to have a lesson. He's even keener now to do it, which I knew could be the case, but you know, I wanted to just be sure. And my other son did some work experience actually recently in IT, which is what he wants to do. And I think it opened his eyes a little bit. He got to speak to some people about what they would be looking for in an employee and that sort of thing. He wants to do programming, I think. But what he did for his work experience was he had to set some systems up, and it was very frustrating. It didn't want to work very well, that sort of thing. And I think it was an eye-opener for him to see what I'm going to colour these in the light magenta as well, I think, to see what it would actually be like. And yeah, so it's given him something to think about, which is good. I know that they would love to play Minecraft for a living and be one of those famous Minecraft YouTubers whose name escapes me. Zuma, is it Zuma? Fuchsia, for a few details on these, because I'm looking at the shape of this. It looks like it dips in here, something. I'll put a little bit of fuchsia in there. And the same here, where that one looks like it dips in there and that one there. Not sure about that, I don't, there. So yeah, Zuma or it's a Zuma Boyd or something, Mumbo Jumbo, and oh gosh, Scar, I think is one of them. Yes, they love watching these and aspiring, which I think is no harm. Okay, for these seeds here, I'm going to use the blue violet. So it's a sort of similar colour to what we've been using, but it should stand out quite well. I'm going to put a little dot of white in the centre of each one. If you don't have white, you could try and leave a dot of white in the centre of each one. For me, that's a little bit too intricate. And what I've decided to do as well is these inner petals in this colour too, and I'll show you. I want to make them look a little bit more like seeds rather than petals, so I'm going to outline them like that. I don't know if that does really make much difference, but, and you see I have left a little bit of white in the centre there. You can do that if you wish. And I'm thinking about the centre, what to do with the centre. I've got a few ideas, but which idea should I pick? But yeah, I was their age, I just had no idea, and I just wanted somebody to tell me what to do, because I really didn't know what I wanted to do. The centre. I quite like the idea of this, making the centre look like it's sort of raised up, and we're going to try and do that. And I've told you I'm going to try and do it, so I'm going to have to try and make it work. So I'm going to start with the black around the outside. This will actually make this bit look lower, I think. And then I'm just going to put a lighter layer of black just around there, like that, like that. Then I'm going to take this colour, which is the dark indigo, go over the black, bring the colour in like we did with the black, just exactly the same. Yeah, we'll go with the Delft Blue next. I'm sort of working on my tray really. Just covering over again. I'm using a little light circular motion, and then I'm going to grab the blue violet that we have been using already. Let's go next. And really lightly, now taking it towards the middle, leaving some white paper. Trying to even that up a bit. It's not very central. That's right, and I'm just going to use the dark indigo to go back around the edge a little bit more. Just to emphasise that dark. And hopefully that looks like it's sort of sticking up a little bit out of the flower. It does at certain angles in certain lights, so there we go. That was a bit of fun. Now the leaves we've got left to do. Now when I'm doing pink and purple, I tend to think a bluey green works better than like an olive green, a yellowy green, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm going to pick. I'm going to start with this one. This is the deep cobalt green. Oh, I don't know how easy it is to see that really dark one. And I'm going to go down here quite dark, quite a few layers down there, and then bring it up against the petals like this. Yeah, and go along the edge. I'm going to do a couple of different shades. And just sort of doing a lighter layer now. So quite dark down here like before, and along these petal edges, and around here, and then just bring in a lighter layer. Sorry, my voice is going. I need my coffee. Hang on, I'm just going to grab my coffee. Sorry, I spilled it as I picked it up, so that was good, wasn't it? Luckily, only on the shelf, which is resistant to spills, thankfully. I shall clean it up in a moment, so it doesn't drip down on a book. I have spilt drips of drink on books before. You have to then try and incorporate it in. It's okay if it's on an item, but if it's on your background and you weren't going to colour one, it's really annoying. Oh, I've got to colour a background now to hide my tea stain. Or you just stain it all with tea and pretend that's your background. It's a bit risky though. Don't want to crinkle up your paper. There is what's the name of the book? The Horse, the Fox, the Boy and the something? I can't remember. Anyway, it's one that Johanna Basford actually recommended, and it's a lovely book, and there is a page with a big tea stain on where the artist put his cut down and stained the page, and he just left it there. And I was like, wow, you can't do that. Well, yes you can. So this is the emerald green. It's a lot paler than the one we've used. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I'm just going to try and put it on and fill in the space and see if I like it. I think I do. I'm going to make it a bit darker around the edge and slightly lighter in the middle. I don't want it to look too much, too raised up. I'm okay with that. I will. I'll find out what that book is actually called and put a link to it in the description so you can have a look at it, so you can remind yourself. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous book, and my husband loves it because the pages are drawn in ink, and he loves pen and ink drawings, and that's a lot of what he does actually. And it's just a beautiful story with lots of positive ways of thinking about the world, shall we say, which I really like. I do like positivity. I think it's really important to stay positive. Right. I'm just having a little look and thinking if there's anything I'd like to do. Definitely going to do a little dot in the middle of each seed. I'm just going to find my pen. I'm going to use my Gellyroll 08. This is a brand new one that I found the other day that I didn't realise I had. Whee! It's always nice, isn't it? So it should give quite a generous blob of white. This 05 gives the smaller one, which is better for smaller spaces. It could have been better for this, but there we go. And I'm also going to just do some around here. I don't want to spoil the look of that, but I think it just lifts it. And I think if I put them around the edge of each of these, I think little dots, I don't know what it is about little white dots, but they just look pretty. I guess you can overdo it, which might be what I'm doing right now. No, I like that. But that'll do. I'm not going to do any more. So I want to, but I won't. So there we go. There's our flower. Gosh, it took quite a long time to colour one flower. I did natter on, didn't I? So I hope that was good for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you had a go with me. I don't know. But thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you'll tune in tomorrow. We've got this a teapot to do, so that'll be fun. And in the morning there'll be something else for you as well. So I hope have a lovely, lovely day and happy colouring.